In today's video, I'm going to be answering one of the biggest questions that people have about sublimation. It's probably not even the one you're thinking of, but I am going to be experimenting and testing for all of us so that we can all know, can you use an iron for sublimation? A lot of people wonder this. They're like, do I actually need to get a heat press? Can I just use my iron? Well, in this video, I'm actually going to be testing that out. So if you want to see if you can use an iron or not, just keep watching. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you'll be notified every time I upload. And make sure to check out my website at soulpresscreate.com. There will be a new class coming out. It might actually be out by the time this video releases, but it's a bomber jacket class. You will get pattern files for kids and adult sizes, and there will be step-by-step videos on how to use the files, how to sublimate, and how to sew the bomber jacket step-by-step. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't want to do, there's a membership option where you can do $10 or $15 a month, and the $10 is just one class every month. The $15 is the class with the Facebook group and the actual digital files that go along with the course. If you don't want to do the membership, you can buy the course by itself, and that is in the course tab. And if you don't want the course at all, but you want the pattern templates, that will also be available to you in the sublimation template in the digital products tab on the website. So check that out. And again, anything I use in this video will be linked down below in the description. And let's just jump into this video. So to try this out, I'm gonna have my DIY ironing board that I made a while ago because I want nice, kind of like a sturdy place to do this. Some butcher paper to protect my ironing board from any sublimation ink. I might actually do 2 layers of this because I really want to protect my board. So I'm putting a second layer here. Then I'm going to have just some polyester fabric from Walmart. This is kind of like t-shirt fabric. It's 100% polyester. Then I'm going to take a lint roller and I'm going to lint roll this whole thing because, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because this is a test, but I'm going to treat it just like I would any other sublimation project. So just going to lint roll it. And that's because lint turns blue with sublimation. Not sure that will happen in this case because we're using the iron, but we shall see. So once I have lint rolled that, I'm going to get my design, and I'm just doing this floral design. I wanted something that is kind of vibrant just so that we can see. And I'm doing this on koala sublimation paper. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna take some heat tape, and I have my heat tape on a dispenser, comes in handy. Okay, I'm gonna take my design. I'm gonna tape that down with my heat tape. And you can find everything that I'm using in the description box below. You can also find it in my Amazon store, which is also linked down below. Everything that I use for sublimation and sewing. And I do get a commission for those. It's a small commission, but it helps out. So I taped it down. Now I'm gonna take another piece of butcher paper and I'm gonna put it on top to protect my iron. And I have my iron set to the highest setting because I'm not sure what setting you would use for this. Let's see if this works out. Okay, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna place it in one spot, and I'm gonna set a timer for 60 seconds. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? And my iron, after a certain amount of time of it sitting in the same spot, it will actually kind of shut off because it doesn't want you to burn your fabric. And I have my steam turned off. I'll also have my iron linked down below. I love this iron. It's fairly affordable. I got it on sale though over a year ago now, and I really do like it. Okay, let's see. We did the whole thing. I can see the sublimation design coming through. take our butcher paper off. I'm just gonna take one corner and just start lifting up. Oh, okay. I was not expecting this to work. Ooh, okay. I'm actually pretty impressed. Okay, so there's a few things to note here. There's some ghosting here, which is what you have a higher possibility of that because you have to take your iron and there's gonna be lots of lifting and trying to make sure you get every single area. So you have a greater chance of ghosting, whereas a heat press, you would do it in one press, lift up, less of a chance of ghosting than this. The edges are a bit faded along this. Now, when let's look at our iron. So you see in the iron, you have all these little holes. So there's gonna be areas where you're just not gonna get as even pressure as you would with the heat press. And also your iron is shaped weirdly in comparison to a heat press that is like a big rectangle or square. So that, oh, I got some water on here from doing that. So that, let's shake that off. We're gonna ignore the water, it's okay. So that contributes to making it harder for you to get, especially if you have a bigger project. This is a small square. If you have a bigger sublimation project, it's going to be hard to make sure that you're getting every single area evenly. But I am a little bit impressed because I honestly didn't think that it was going to get hot enough to be able to sub, because this area right here, look at that. That's actually pretty good. It's clear right here, but there's more areas with ghosting than there are perfect areas. But there are, like, I am impressed that you can get decent, like, look at this ink release. That's not bad, but you can see the inconsistency there. And maybe that's just my fault. Yeah, I'm impressed, but at the same time, would I use it? I'm really curious to know what you guys thought about this. Did you think this was going to work? Because in my mind, I did not think that this was gonna work at all. I thought that it would transfer a little bit to the fabric, but I didn't think it was gonna be vibrant. I didn't think the iron was gonna be hot enough for this. So, but I did have my iron set to the highest setting, which is the linen setting on my iron. Again, I'll have my iron link down below in the description. But look at that ink release. Like, I am so impressed. Like, I was not expecting this. Like, not at all. Like, I was pretty impressed. I think maybe with some practice, this is possible. But would I just use my iron instead of a heat press? The answer is gonna be no for me. With the iron, you are limited. It is smaller. It's a weird shape in comparison to a heat press. With a heat press, you're gonna be able to do more projects, be able to press on lots of different shapes and sizes. Iron is just not gonna be it. Again, iron has these holes. You're not gonna be able to get even pressure. You're gonna be trying to work harder to make sure you get every single area. It's gonna take much longer than just one press on the heat press. Like, this could have been one press, whereas this took a few minutes because I had to press each side. And again, with the iron, you're gonna have a greater room for error because you're lifting up the iron. Even if you slide it across the butcher paper, you're probably gonna get ghosting. So there is a greater chance for error. Whereas with the heat press, even with the easy press, one time, done. So Would I say use your iron over a heat press? Absolutely not. I would say invest in a heat press. They will last you a really long time. They're the best. If you can't afford a heat press, I'll have this one linked down below. This is the one I've had for 2 years now, I think. I'll have it linked down below. This is a more pricier one. If you can't afford this, I would say get the Easy Press, because that comes in handy too. Heat press over iron any day. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Did you think it was gonna work? Would you actually use it for a project? And what your thoughts are on everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button. Don't forget to check out my website. Be on the lookout for the bomber jacket class. I'll see you guys in my next video next week. Make sure to follow me on all social media. Creative Fabrica is having 29 days of free gifts. And so I'll post about those free bundles, free designs. Free is always a good thing. And I love Creative Fabrica. I personally have the all access plan that I pay for. It's not free to me. I'll be posting in the community tab every day with their new, it's from February 1st to the 29th. So I'll be posting that in the community tab so you guys can know what free bundle or design is available. And they'll also have a sale on their all access plan. So check that out as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.